Little girl, I'm guessing again, she was probably 5. She was super tiny. She was Mexican in Orient, I can tell, because she had the dark skin and everything. So they had taken her and she was tied up, so they had put this teepee pole thing there, and then they tied her hands and her legs up to it, so it was like her face was facing down, right? And these two men were carrying her in towards this enormous fire that they had made. And to make a fire hot enough to burn a human body is like, you have to make it really, really hot. So they had to be burning it probably since the morning, way before I ever got there. But they ended up doing a ritual with her, and then they just picked her up and put her right down over the top of the fire. Now, it is one of the most horrific things you'll ever watch, not because it's like, they actually die pretty quickly that way, because the second that they get over that immense amount of heat, they take their first in-breath and they're gone. It basically sears your lungs to the point of no return. But the most horrific, just watching, like I remember as like when they put her in, her hair was dissolved instantaneously. It's like when you put hair in fire, it just disappears. So not only that, what most people have never thought about and don't see is that the skin just like liquefies and it starts to fall off of the body in sheets. So that I was watching it fall into the fire like that, and then pretty soon we were left with basically only bones and like sinews and stuff like that. So I don't know what they do with the bones that they do in those rituals, because usually we leave before anything's cleaned up. It takes quite a while for a body to completely burn. So that was a pretty typical way of killing them. And this you have to know too, for the different holidays, it requires killing people in different ways. So some of the rituals require aborted fetuses. Some of them require tiny babies. Others require like a woman who's in the prime of her reproductive cycle, things like that. And if they take a woman who's in the prime of her reproductive cycle, the way that you kill them is by slicing them across the throat.
How did you not fall victim to being a sacrifice?
I have no idea. I would love to tell you that I know exactly why, but I don't. Like, I'm looking back from an adult standpoint, it's like I can see a few times where it got really close.